Okay, so since there's a couple of questions still about presets and a little bit of confusion too, I decided to make a short video in order to show you how to access them and how to change them, and a few tips on what you should do or my opinions on how they should be set up. I'm still learning the presets, so I'm kind of going through it as I go. As I learn something new, I might go back and check my presets just to make sure that I'm not losing out anything on the game. So the first thing you want to do, and I'll try not to get my hand in the way here, is you want to click on your hero from your city. Might take a while. Okay, once that opens up, you want to hit presets, or you can just hit here where the skill points are. I like to go in through the presets because then I can make sure that I'm working on the right gear setup. So let's say I want to check my research gear skill trees. So I want to hit skills. Sometimes, yeah, there it is. Now it'll automatically open up the tree that I have. Oops, I must have hit monsters. So just go there and the hero skill tree. You can also set up your monster skill tree, even though it's a research. I still do it just because I'm anal. So what we want to do now is go here to skill presets. So you click on skill presets, and this opens up all of your skill preset trees, or lack thereof. Yes, if you scroll down, you see you have 10 of them. Some of them aren't even set up yet. We just haven't gotten to those yet. As you move in farther in the game, you'll learn how to use your gear better, what skills are better for different gear setups. For instance, today we're going to be working on the research training tree, which is right here. So I have 511 skill points left in that. So I'm going to go in and make sure that all of my training points for research are filled up and maxed. See, like here, I don't need these here. So right off the bat, in research, the only ones I need is right here. That's it. The research one, you can throw some gathering in there so that your city doesn't fall apart while you're researching. Let's see here. So there's another research. You want to max that one out. You know, you could throw extra stuff in stone, or silver, stuff like that, you know, because basically you're just going to be sitting there researching, so you're not going to be attacking. You don't need to max out your attack, or, you know, you're not going to be trap building, so you don't need to worry about those categories. You just want to worry about the categories that you're going to be using at that time. So, you got the 2 research ones I've seen so far. Now, what I like to do is combine them. Maybe some of the 2 that are not going to use a lot of skill points, and you might be able to max out 2 different skills on one skill tree, you know? So, you know, like this, I might make research training as well as blessing. So I might combine the 2, because as you see, you know, even though the skill tree is not set up properly, I still have skill points left over. So what I can do is, since I want to change this particular skill tree, I'll go back. I will click reset. Okay, so that reset it. Now, just real quick so I don't get lost, it'll click here. I'm going to rename it. And I'm going to rename it Research / blessings. Okay. Done. So I had there, it says research blessing. Now I want to, I accidentally clicked on it. So I want to add my skill points. So when you're adding your skill points on a brand new tree, you have 1140 depending on what your hero level is. On 1175, you get 1140. So just kind of go through and look at the ones that you know you're gonna want to do. So you have two sides to start off. You have two sides of the tree. You have the right and the left. Actually, this would be the right and that would be the left. So just kind of go down. Some of them you don't have to open up both sides of the trees, at least all the way. Now, depending on what you're working on, if you scroll down here, you've got it's a long tree. Okay, your base set bonus. That's your 5. Your if you have 5 pieces of the same gear, you'll get the 5 base set bonus. Now, if you go down, now you see that's on the right hand side. You always want to max out your base set bonuses because that gives you the best max ability on your outfits. So that's on the right hand side. So I know I at least have to go to that part in the tree. Now, if you go down here, you have full set bonus. You want to max that one out too. So I know on both sides, for whatever gear set that I'm going to use, I have to at least make it to this one and this one to max it out. So what I'll start doing is, and you want to go slow because if you go too fast, it's going to take time, but if you do it right the first time, you're not going to have to go back and do it again because you won't screw up, even though I pretty much screw up every time I do it. Okay, so I only added 2 points in there, and it opened up this side of the next tree. So I don't need to go any further. And I'm just going to show you this real quick because I don't want to. Now, that opens up these 2, which gets me my research. Now I want to max that out right away. But I also want to go down this side, so I have to add 1 more point. And it opens up both sides. So, right now, I know I got to max this. This is my research tree. Max that out. Now, I'll go down. As you go down, you only want to add the maximum amount of points to open up the next section. Now, we'll just show you this real quick. So, that's 2. I might have clicked it too many times. Yeah, I did add 1 extra one. But you see how it opened up. It actually opens it up at 3, so I'm not really going to worry about it. It opened up the next section. So you really only want to add 3 there. This one, you can add 1 or 2 points in there just so you don't completely deplete your wood production because you will need it as you go farther in research. It does take a lot of materials. So you want to just throw a couple in there. Or just 1 or 2, you know. Because you're going to have points left over on your skill blessing tree. I think it's like 50 or something like that. Or I mean, you don't have to, but I like to do it just so I'm not completely draining my city while I'm doing research. So you just follow it down. Only add the amount of points in that will open up the next section. And a lot of these you don't even need. Like, once this section opens up, you don't don't need to add any points there because you're not doing anything with trap attack. It's just, this tree is strictly research and blessings. So you go down and go down here, and you'll get to your research blessing. Let's pass this, I believe. This is your core crafting stuff. So when you get ready to set up your core crafting, you'll use these. You'll max these out for your salvager set. Here you got your rally attack stuff, rally march speed. You want to try and max those out when you do your rally set, your rally attack set. Hero construction blessing, max that one out. Try and just work with the points. Go slow. Only max out enough points to open up the next section of the tree. When you get all the way down to the bottom and you've used just the minimum amount of points, you'll probably have about 700 or 800 points left. Go back to the top and just kind of go over the skills. Okay, now you can start to max out your blessings. Just use your extra points. Once you've opened up all the sections that you want to, go back and re-add points to try and get them as high as possible in the section that you want. And for the reason that you're using this skill tree set. I hope that made sense. Kind of lost it there. This one, no, not that one. Blessing duration. There's a lot of blessing trees on here. It took me a while to get used to knowing what they really were, and I still don't know. Increase your duration of any blessing you grant to your alliance members. So that's where if you go, you get it for half hour, or whatever. You always want to have the highest one you want. Blessing friend multiplier increases the amount of any blessing you grant to your alliance members. I think that's where it allows you to do multiple blessings, but I'm not positive on that. Blessing self-multiplier. Increase the amount of any blessing you receive from an alliance member. So, let's say their max is 250. This is how I think it goes. I'm not positive, but if you max this out, your self-blessing percentage should be higher than normal because you're maxing it out yourself. I think that's how it works. I'm not positive, but I haven't really gotten into it. So I'm going to end there. I'm going to actually set this skill tree up for someone. And if you have any questions or got confused by something I said, just send me a message online.